Alright, welcome back guys. My name is Novatazz and you are watching Novatazz Customs. This is my 79 Trans Am. If you have not been here before, please hit the subscribe button. Today we are working on the body mounts and we have a couple of spun cage nuts and we're going to try to fix those. And we'll get right into it. Before we get started, I just wanted to say, if you do want to support this channel and want to help me out with getting this build going, I do have a Patreon and a GoFundMe. Whichever way you choose to help is up to you. The links will be in the description below. I also have t-shirts and other merchandise available on Teespring. The link is also down below. And I do appreciate any support you guys are willing to offer. Also, if you guys have any suggestions on ways to help give back to you guys for when, for your support, please let me know. But enough of that, let's get started on figuring out how we are going to get these cage nuts to, how we're going to get these bolts out for the motor mounts. I did do some research and I have found a couple different ways. Most obvious way, cut a hole in the floor, reach the cage nuts from the top. I did find some stuff on a website for Camaros called Nasty Z28, and they suggest using a small C-clamp and going up through an access hole in the bottom of the floor. I will see if I can do that. I don't know if I have a C-clamp small enough to reach that, but we'll see what we can do. Alright, I'm going to take you with me and we'll see how far we get today. Alright guys. We are underneath the TA. It took me a bit because I had to get this thing supported. I had to get the wheel well out of that wheel right there, which gave me a fight. But anyway, back to the motor mounts. This is the hole that, excuse my finger, this is the hole that they are talking about right there. As you can see, this motor mount is already kind of loose, and yeah, just definitely dumping a bunch of freaking nasty shit in here. Hopefully there's not a lot of rust up in there. But if I stick my finger up in this hole, I can feel the top of the cage nut. I might put a picture of what one looks like right there, but I can feel it. I don't know if I have a clamp small enough to fit up in there, so I'm gonna have to go find one and see what I can get to work. If I can't get that to work, the only other option I have is to cut a hole in the floor above this nut to access that. That is my last resort. So my first try is going to be to clamp that cage nut down and see if I can get that bolt out that way. So let me see what I can find, and I'll be back here shortly. All right. Alright, I don't know how much you can see here. You can actually see pretty good. But I did get this small clamp up in here. If I can get this brake line out of the way. To get it up in that hole. And believe it or not, even though that's not right over top of the hole, it was enough to pinch down that cage nut that I've been able to back this out so far. So I'm going to continue to back this out, and I'll see what if I can get it all the way out or not. Alright, so this is actually only the first motor body mount, so we still got 5 more to go. Alright, well there you have it. First body mount. Giant pile of dirt and rust. Where's that bolt? There it is. Obviously, I'm going to need some new hardware, because that is not going to work. So, but let's see if we can get the other ones loose and at least start getting this done. Obviously, if you can tell, there was no top half of that body mount. It was completely gone. It's not, I think there's part of it is stuck inside of this one. But, yeah, there's nothing here. Just the hardware. And that's all going to need to be replaced. So, one down, 5 to go. Alright, so I've been a busy boy. This is the second motor mount that goes right up here at the curvature of the firewall. Obviously, again, need new hardware. As you can see, this one's starting to erode. Alright, and I've gotten this front one out. Now, this is one of the few spots of rust on this car. As you can see, this package tray is completely gone, and the rad support on this side of the car isn't much better. This car was also hit in this corner, which may have been part of the reason for the accelerated rust in this corner. They probably never fixed the paint that might have chipped off of this corner when it was hit. Other evidence of the damage, if you can see down there where the bottom of the fender meets the edge of that little firewall piece there, or cowl, is bent. I'm going to have to rebend that back into shape when I do this car. But I do have these mounts up here off as well. And this bolt doesn't look nearly as bad. Could be used cleaned up, but I might replace it anyway. And of course, the mount, the rest of it is down underneath here. As you can see, rust again. So we'll replace that when we get this side of the car up in the air. So I got to loosen the ones on the other side before we can even think about doing any of the mounts, but I also need to get new hardware. Anyway, as you see, I got all of the driver's side mounts are off. I do have to get new hardware, as I showed you. I may run out and be able to do that today. I don't know. I'm going to try to get the other 3 loose. I can't take them out, but I can at least get them loose. And that way I know these mounts will come out. And we'll see how much further I get done. But for now, this is where I'm at. All the mounts on the driver's side are done. Or they're out. I still have to replace them. And I am going to go start working on the ones on the passenger side. Alright, motor mount number 4 is loose. Number 5, it's loose. You can't see it, but it's loose. Alright, that's number 5 is loose. And can't see it here either. Number 6 is loose. It is actually still threaded up in there, just very loose. And again, I have to thank this the person on Z28. I will put his name, the link to the forum in the description below. But yeah, this little C-clamp saved the floors of my TA. I didn't have to cut them open. But yeah. So all 6 are loose. I'm going to take the hardware from the ones on that side and go get new hardware. But that won't be in today's video. Unfortunately, I have run out of time today. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to lift this side of the body. And we're going to slide this. We are going to slide this block and jack and it's going to go right up here between the frame rail and the lip over here, but in front of this stuff. And we're going to lift it. I don't think there's anything much left up here from these ones, but we're going to at least check it and get the rest of the hardware out in case I need to replace any of that as well. So let me get this up in the air, and I'll bring you back. Alright, as you can see, there's now space in between here and there. I'm going to take you up here. You can just see the bottom of the cage nut right here, which does look just fine. So, not going to really need to replace that. Let's go up and get the other mounts. Alright, here's this one. As you can see, completely wasted. Let's see, can I get to the ones up here? I'm going to have to finagle to get this one out. Alright, here's the last one. Again, like I said, completely wasted. So, it's a good thing I replaced these. Alright, till next time. Motor mounts, part 1, and also how to solve the spinning cage nut. So, like I said, I'll take that hardware and go get new hardware all the way around. Probably go stainless, just so I don't have to worry about this issue in the future. Well, at least that issue with the eroding. Yeah, so no hole in the floor. As you can see, I didn't even move the carpet. This whole car needs a bath. Well, it got a bath. It needs to be cleaned. I mean, I got insect graveyard on the back here. Alright. One more tidbit. Several people had asked about the truck. Considering I stopped working on it. It's still here. Yes, I know, it's raining. Truck is here. It's safe. Just waiting on me to get the motivation to go back to working on it. Still needs either a fluid pump or something with the lines. The transmission itself is fine, well, minus the pump in the front. Pretty much eliminated the fact that it was the transmission itself that was the issue. I mean, the second time it was because all the clutch packs were burnt because of the fluid pump not working correctly. But yeah, we'll get back on this probably within the next month or so. I kind of want it before it starts snowing real good up here. These other vehicles aren't mine. But yeah, so hopefully I'll get this thing back on the road very shortly. I miss driving it. It's a fun little beast. And zip ties are holding up just fine. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. This front end was pretty well decimated due to a snowy road incident and this car sliding. But not to mention the fact that I got backed into in Reading. I don't know if you can really see it because it's wet. But yeah, and that was actually after my zip tie video. I got backed into in Reading. Oh. For fuck's sake, right? Anyway. I gotta get cleaned up. Car's just gonna sit where it is until the next time I get up here. And then we will start installing the Energy Suspension Hyperflex body mounts. It's the next big thing on getting this car back on the road. Might also have to address this rust issue over here. He did have a makeshift battery tray in there. This will probably go back in until I get that fixed, but I might throw some rust converter or just something on this so it doesn't rust anymore. Maybe cut some of it out. Actually, no, you want to leave it in there because it was helping support that tray. But this is definitely going to have to get replaced. Carburetor still needs to get done. That's actually the carburetor off my Nova if you've seen the other videos. Heater box still needs to, the heater fan still needs to figure out why that's not working. So carburetor, heater fan, body mounts, exhaust is done. Let's see what else is on this list here. Where did my list go? I had a list here. What'd I do with it? Alright, I don't know what I did with my list. But anywho, I'll probably find it as soon as I stop recording, and I'm just rambling. So anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Any tips, pointers, what have you. Like I said, I still have to get new hardware. I have to get the motor mounts up, not motor mounts, body mounts up in. But like I said, let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. A lot more content coming. I'm nowhere near done. Also, if you want to support the channel, I do have t-shirts. Like I said in the beginning of the video, first link down below. There's also a Patreon and a GoFundMe if you choose to support the channel that way. In no way am I sitting here asking out for a handout. Just if you'd like to help, there's a way to help. Anyway, so until next time, I'm out. Peace. Have a good day.